All right, let's talk about this thing that's so central to our lives, it's practically another limb. You know that little device we basically build our days around? Yeah, we're talking about our mobile phones.
I mean, let's be honest. It's not just a tool anymore, is it? It's our life partner, it's our emotional crutch, and it's definitely the main reason for our collective eye strain. It is the very first thing we look at in the morning and the last thing we see at night.
Yeah, I thought so. We've all been there. This weird, codependent relationship we have with our phones. It's just the way things are now. So let's take a little walkthrough of a typical day in the life with our pocket-sized overlords.
Forget that peaceful sunrise, a nice cup of coffee. For most of us, the day kicks off with a very specific tech-fueled dread.
This right here. Seeing this number is a special kind of modern horror story. It's that immediate jolt of panic, right? The frantic, desperate search for a charger. It's a full-on crisis, and you haven't even brushed your teeth yet. And that feeling, it's not just about the battery. How about this moment? That heart-stopping, split-second blackout when you pat your pocket and you feel nothing. It's not just a little bit of anxiety. Oh no, it's a full-blown, cancel all my plans, somebody call for help kind of panic.
Okay, so once you've confirmed that your phone is alive and accounted for, it slides right into its next big role for the day, being our #1 source of distraction.
And it always starts so innocently, doesn't it? I'm just going to reply to this one text. You blink, and somehow 2 hours have just evaporated. Next thing you know, you're deep into some corner of the internet watching videos of raccoons making pancakes, and you have this vague, uneasy feeling you've forgotten your own name.
And here is the beautiful irony of it all. The phone has a clock. It's one of its most basic functions. But the road to actually seeing that clock is filled with so many digital landmines that by the time you look up, you've completely forgotten why you picked the thing up in the first place.
All this distraction, it leads to this really strange situation. This device, this thing literally designed for communication, somehow makes talking to each other absurdly complicated. Let's dig into that.
Ah, yes. Notifications. What a gift. This relentless stream of so-called urgent alerts just chops our day up into these pointless little interruptions. My personal favorite has to be the memory from 2016. Just a friendly reminder of a simpler time before we were all so digitally fried.
And then, of course, there's autocorrect, the feature that helps you by turning you into some kind of weird poet against your will. You're just trying to be on time, and suddenly your friends think you're showing up with a flock of tropical birds. It's not really a correction, it's a curse on communication. So this all brings us to the very heart of our attachment. We don't just use our phones anymore. We're in a constant state of, taking care of them. And this is where we start treating our phones like these needy little digital toddlers. They have a total meltdown if they don't get their nap, their recharge. And we, as the responsible parents, have to plan our entire day around their energy levels. And because we're such good guardians, we come prepared. We all have this, right? The arsenal. A collection of cables, bricks, and power banks, stuffed in bags and cars and drawers, all for that moment when our digital toddler gets a little sleepy. We're always scanning the room for an open outlet. So when you actually step back and add it all up, the thumb cramps, the lost hours, the constant low-level annoyance, you realize just how completely and utterly dependent we are on this one device.
I mean, just look at this list. It's our map when we're lost, it's our mirror for a quick check, it's our diary, and let's be real, sometimes it's our therapist. It's taken over so many jobs that it's not a gadget anymore. It's our entire support system in one tragic, pocket-sized package.
It really all just boils down to this. This perfectly captures that deep, frustrating, and totally unbreakable bond we have with these things. It is a true love-hate relationship, a cycle of needing it and being annoyed by it that has just become, our reality.
Which really just leaves us with one final, nagging question. As you put your phone down tonight, or, more likely as you fall asleep with it on your chest, just ask yourself, are you controlling it, or is it controlling you? That's all for this explainer.